What's good, everyone? Ryan, the wine guy here, bringing you wine from Chile, a Carmenere from Route 1, 2014 Carmenere, Colucha Valley, Chile. This is what the bottle looks like. They've got a couple. They've got a Pinot Noir out there. A couple others, I think. But this is their Carmenere. 13.5% alcohol by volume. Very inexpensive wine. You're looking at the $10 to $12 range. So very, very nice. It says a complex red wine with flavors of ripe plum, blackberry, and spice. However, and it is actually called the original uncrafted. It's their root stock, which I'm going to read a little bit about of what that has to say. On the bottle, there's like a long paragraph. I'm going to read it. Chile is a true rarity in the wine world. Unique geographic and climatic forces have allowed it to remain one of the very few grape growing regions in the world where the original European rootstocks survive, unaffected by phylloxera, the disease that forced grape growers worldwide to craft vines onto generic rootstocks. Chile's isolation, protected by the mighty Andes to the east and the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean to the west, ensures that grapevines can remain on the original rootstock in the purest form. These same geographic characteristics provide Chile's fertile central region with optimal climate and soil conditions to produce consistent and outstanding grapes each year. This Route 1 Carmenere is carefully crafted exclusively from grapes grown on the original uncrafted root systems, tended by our master winemakers. This gives the wine its pure, rich fruit flavors and aromas. Show you the wine in the glass. A very, very deep, dark purple. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And the bottle, one more time. Alright, so we'll get on with the sniffing and the tasting, and we'll let you all know what it's doing. So you're definitely getting these plum, outstanding plum right up the front. You're getting this spiciness to it. Also a very earthy smell. Very kind of like a, I don't want to say woodsy or foresty, but maybe more like dead leaf sort of. Like a damp grass kind of earthiness. Blackberries. A hint of dark cherry. And a slight bit of oak. Not like a not like a vanilla oak, but sort of like a slight sort of a slight woodsy oak, but not like a huge huge wood. Hmm. Maybe a little bit of red berry in there as well, like a raspberry. Overall, I really enjoy it. There's a whole lot going on this nose. Very ripe fruit, and just a nice little hint of spice in there. Actually, a huge hint of spice with that earthy note. So let's see what it's doing on the palate. Yes, it is nice actually. Very juicy. How's it going, man? Very juicy, um, fruit forward wine. You definitely get that plum and that blackberry that it mentioned on the back label. Very noticeable fruits. But you also have this noticeable earthness to it that you get on the smell. Nothing like a terrible earth taste, but you do sort of get that sort of taste that's matching that kind of funky smell, somewhat funky smell. You definitely get this spicy uh, backbone kick to it. That little grip in the mouth. Not a terrible huge grip like I think the wine I had yesterday. Just a little grip to sort of just make you just really feel the whole wine that you're tasting. Very dry. I love doing these videos. I love getting people out there knowing about the different wines that I try and hoping that they can try them and expand their wine palate. But yeah, it is. It's a very good wine. It's very dry, and it is a little bitter finish. That's something I've noticed about these types of wines that I've had in the past. Haven't reviewed any in the past, but I've tried them since before I've been doing these videos. I've had some that are just so bitter tasting that it's unbearable. But I've had some that are really more fruitness to it, and I've liked. So this one I like how it has both. It has a fruit kick at the front with a spice kick at the finish, but it really leads you into it. You're sort of expecting it to sort of get spicy just based off of the notes. And it's nothing too terribly strong. It is just the right, perfect thing, I think. Enjoy by its own, enjoy with food, and it's just very affordable too. As I said, $10 to $12 range, maybe even cheaper depending on where you buy it from. But I enjoy it. It's my second wine that I've done from Chile. I plan on doing a few more. Maybe not by the end of the year, but I'll plan on doing maybe one in January. But there's only so many Chile wines that you can choose from. Especially at my store, there's not a huge selection. There's a few, and I want to make sure that I'm getting a reputable winemaker. I don't want to just get some no-name wine. Route 1, yeah, I mean, to some people, Route 1 might be a no-name wine, but Route 1 is, it is a pretty um, popular wine if you know the wines and you know the wine regions and you know the wine companies. So Route 1 is a popular known wine in Chile, as is the Cacerela del Diablo that I've had, and a few others. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but there's a couple others. So, and it just has to do with whether or not I feel it's a wine that I think I would enjoy. Because that's the thing. If I know I'm not going to enjoy a wine, I'm not going to buy it. Now, if I do buy a wine, I think I'm going to enjoy it, and I don't, because there's been a couple that I haven't enjoyed. There's been some that I just flat out have hated. But that's why I do these reviews, so I drink it so you don't have to. Or, yes you do, if I tell you you have to drink it. And this is a wine you have to drink. I give it a 4 out of 5. What it's lacking, from what I feel to be a 5, based off of the couple others that I've had, I feel like that earthiness to it. Earthiness isn't bad, and it has good fruit, but I've noticed some wines, you really get a more silky-ish flavor of the fruit. This is kind of more of the fruit mixed in with the earth and then spice. So it's a lot of flavors. Good flavors, but I feel, again, kind of like the wine from yesterday, this is more consistent, as in you're expecting earth and spice taste and you're expecting fruit taste, but it just kind of is all, it starts off with that fruit and leads into that earth, leads into that finish, which is what I like. But now at the finish, now that I've already been talking for a while, the lingering effects are still trying to figure out what there is. I'm no longer getting this spicy finish. I'm now getting sort of this earth aftertaste, this funky aftertaste, which is, I don't know, to me it's like, I'd rather it be maybe more of the spicy aftertaste or more of a fruity aftertaste than have this sort of funk in my mouth. So that's something that I am going to warn you all. Like I said, nothing too terribly, nothing that I don't think anyone couldn't handle. So 4 out of 5. Definitely pick it up and try it. I mean, if you love it and you want to drink for the rest of your life, go ahead. If you hate it, you never want to have it again, whatever. This is a wine, I'm not necessarily sure I'll go buy a full bottle, but I definitely would try it again if it's offered to me at a restaurant or if I'm at a friend's house and they have this wine. And for those of you that don't know, wines I will definitely always buy again are 5 out of 5. Hands down, any wine that I've rated 5 out of 5, I would definitely try again. Unfortunately, I wouldn't review it again, unless if it's a new vintage, then yeah, maybe I would. And that's pretty much when I would try a wine again if it's a new vintage. See if it still sticks with its 5 out of 5. But that's pretty much does it here. Very, very, definitely makes up for a couple wines that I've had from Chile that I didn't like. So check this one out. Route 1, Carmenere, Colucha Valley, 2014, a wine from Chile. And I'll show you the bottle one more time. Whoops, wrong button. And as always, I'm Ryan the Wine Guy. Cheers.